Hi guys, it's Alec here, and I am here to show you guys some of the new features that you can be expecting to roll out in the new MyBI app, which will be rolling out into the environments within the next day or two. Very excited to share this with you guys, so I hope you enjoy it. So without further ado, this is a demo company that populates from a Pastel database. MyBI automates all your reporting from any Pastel Partner, Pastel Xpress or Sage 50 cloud database, and this is what you can expect, and you would know a lot of these reports, but specifically ones that I do want to quickly touch on is some of the new things that we've brought in. Is we've been able to bring in budgets, which is something our customers have been asking for very long, so we're very excited to show that to you guys. I'm going to pop into the dashboard over here, which is this icon right here, and as soon as I click on it, you'll see how it pushes me through to the to the dashboard environment. Now this dashboard environment is as you guys would remember it, the layouts. However, here on the bottom you'll actually see some stepped lines and some striped bar charts coming through, and as well here, which is the new incorporation of budgets. So now you can use the Pastel database module, your budget module, populate values into it. You can also use the MyBudgets app, which is another app we've developed to help you simplify that process of capturing and also visualize what you're going to put in there. And then as soon as you've captured into your Pastel, it actually comes through into this environment. Now you can compare it to your actuals. So here at the top right, for instance, we've got a slicer that is a reflection of whether you want to toggle between actuals or budget, or see both. Now currently I've got both on here, but now if I were just to select actuals, you'll see how everything changes into solid colors. So that means it has happened, and that means you can now ultimately see how your sales have actually trended over a period, which would always be a current year and a prior year, and we can also do an additional year for some customers that want to see a third year. And the budgets would again be the current year, which is this in this database ends off in February 2022, and then the next year if you've captured into your Pastel, because Pastel's budgeting modules allows you to also capture the next year's budgets, so you can actually now see an additional year into the future, which actually makes it quite alive and something vibrant to look at, something nice to see. Well, how am I trending actually, and how am I where do I want to go, and how is my budgets kind of like reflecting my path forward. Here everything is sliceable and also modular, as we've all become used to. But for instance, if I wanted to say, but I just want to see my year-to-date numbers, I can for instance go and say, well, select my opening balance and go up to this is now currently November 2021. So if I select up to November 2021, it actually auto-populates and then pushes in the values up to that period. And now I see everything in front of me with the budgets year from the 1st to the 9th period. Now because it's a March to November environment, that's why we've got those kind of months from a financial period. So you've got budgets in it now, and you have a visual of the future and where you are in relation to that future. Alright, so when you come back into your landing page, I'm just going to deselect this option, which means I'm just deselecting what I have selected on the calendar month slicer. Then everything will populate back in. Here we've got a new report called Budget versus Actual. In this report, this is an income statement, by the way. It shows you what you actually have done, so actuals within budget, within your Pastel, and what you have budgeted. So this is your budget line, and this is a variance, an auto calculation of a variance. Now ultimately here this variance is colored in whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. So if you're in the black, you're doing well. If you're in the red, you are behind your budget. Now in this instance, for instance, we are seeing a full budget year. If I were to open these months, you'll see that it actually shows you on a month-to-month basis similar trends. So it would say, well, that month, that's the sales you did 1.9, and that's the budget 1.7, so you did better than you expected, and that's why it's in the black. You did better. Whilst something here at the bottom, bank charges, you said you're going to do 4,631 and you did 4,600. Sorry, you were going to do 4,620 and you did 11 Rand more, which is why it's in the red. So you spent more than you expected. And you can also see more information with in relation to your levels that you've mapped in. So you can also go and trend downwards and say, but okay, this is what I actually budgeted on a line-by-line basis, on a more detailed basis, and then it would just also reflect those variances for you automatically. So no longer you have to do all that spreadsheet work just to get to this kind of analysis, which usually takes quite long. And a lot of people actually do not use the modules of Pastel because it's quite tedious to get to this level. So they have got a side budget and forecasting environment, which tends to be quite onerous just to kind of consolidate these two. Now you've got one environment which helps you. If you were to slice here again, you can also say something like, well, only show me my values for the beginning of the year up to, again, let's say November, or let's say October, because we're still in November. And then you can go back to this report, budgets versus actual, and you'll immediately see that now it is updated and we don't have that massive difference anymore on sales. Actually, for the year to date on budget level, we are slightly ahead for in relation to where we expect it to be on a budgetary level. So now you've got a different view, and it just means it takes away those months in the future that you've now sliced out. So meaning you've got nice comparability immediately. The other small report, I'm not going to go into it too deeply because I do truly want you guys to just see the benefits of budgets within this environment. But we've also now included an open batch report. So no longer do you have to go to your Pastel to go and see which reports are open or which batches are still open and not processed. You can actually just click on this report and it will take you to your batches that are still open in your Pastel system, whether that's a purchase order or a supplier's invoice, or whether that's a customer invoice or a credit note. All those are seen as open environments within Pastel, and this will be reflected within this open batch report. We also can consolidate multiple Pastel databases, so you don't have to go to each Pastel database to see your open batches. You actually have the ability to view that over multiple databases because we can consolidate that. Alright, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We are very excited to roll it out. Be on the lookout for it, and please always share your ideas and what else you would like us to bring into MyBI for you guys. Okay, thanks.